And hey, we are live. Hello. Any guesses on which country we're currently in? I don't know. Any guesses? So we're going to get started here, and we'll have the chat started and hope people hop on as we go. Okay, so hello from Vietnam. It is Vietnam. And although it's your evening time in the US, it's 8 o'clock in the morning here. So I am just running on 1 cup of coffee right now. So hopefully
just one.
Usually that's enough for me. It's true. All right. So we asked ahead on social media for some Q&As. And hang on, my mom is talking to me, which means maybe no one can see us.
You gotta wait a second. You're like, run, let's go.
I know. Like his is weird. No one's even on.
Just wait a second.
Hang on. My mom is talking. I'm going to hear what my mom says because maybe it's not working. Okay. Mom says she can't see anything on YouTube. Oh, we have 3 people watching now. I'm so sorry. This is probably like the most boring beginning ever. All right. So we have people on now.
If you can hear us okay, if you can see us,
give us a thumbs up.
Please, do a thumbs up or chat. Do a quick comment.
We just want to know that we can be seen and heard. So Peter, we're on Peter's computer this time, which means it won't be so shaky, which that is good. And then we can also comment on the computer. Sorry for the terrible lighting. I'm actually going to take this hat off pretty soon. Put it on for a second. It's kind of actually a little bit itchy under here. Anyways, okay.
The lighting's still not the best.
The lighting's terrible. I mean, now I'm like completely shadowed. All right. I've got to get my thoughts together. I really don't know if we're coming through. We're about for like 2 minutes now.
We got three thumbs up, so that means it's good.
Okay. Thank you, people. All right. Got the thumbs up. All right. Good to go. All right. So now we're officially getting started. So we asked on social media for some questions about traveling. So currently we are in Vietnam, which is why I'm wearing this hat. And also it's 51 countries into our 9 months, 1 year around the world trip. So I thought we would do time for some more questions. So we got some questions started that we'll go ahead with. But if you have any more as we go on, please ask them. And last time in Q&A, what was the big announcement?
Last time the website had finally gone live. So that was up.
And this time?
And this launched our gear list. So that's finally up on kit.com.
Yep.
That's in the description.
It's in the description, and please sure to drop in the comments. And so what that means is, hey, Andy. Oh, my goodness. You are awake in the UK? Wow, thanks for joining us live. And yeah, so Peter got the kit all up, which is awesome. So if you want to know what we are carrying with us, we have most of that on there. So you can say, hey, like I really like your life straw. How can I get that or whatever? Then you can, get your own. And then actually we get a small percentage of that at no extra cost for you when you get on Amazon. So that's a fun way for you to support our trip. So thanks. All right. Now, start with the questions. David D asks, what is your name?
Happy Hoppe, otherwise known as Peter and Lisa.
What is your quest?
To travel the world in 1 year.
What is your favorite color?
Blue for me.
And royal blue for me. Okay, so that was kind of a joke from Monty Python. Now on to David's real question. I guess those were legit questions too. What is the main way that travel has changed your view of the world?
Man, lots. I guess without getting too deep right now, we'll go deep maybe another time.
Taking this thing off.
But definitely, it's a lot. Yeah, that's really that. It's a lot more positive and friendly than the news that you might see on TV all the time might make you believe or think.
Yeah.
So it's just been really cool. Everywhere we have been, all around the world, people just very friendly and very warm, very welcoming, very nice. And there's so many positive things and positive stories everywhere you go. It's not all the doom and gloom or sad stuff that you see on TV, and that a lot of times makes it on the news.
Yeah. I know. Andy, I would really think you were going to watch this on replay, but yeah, we'll get to your questions in a minute. Well, that's terrible. We really thought we had good Wi-Fi here. So hopefully this is back.
Buffering. All right. Yeah, I think we're back now.
I think we're back now. We just got a notification. We really thought the Wi-Fi at this hotel was good. Hopefully
it's been a little spotty.
It's been spotty as anywhere.
Anyways.
But I also think that it's bigger in a way too, because like the more you see, the more you realize you don't see, and get to. And I think I first thought, like, at these places that seem so far away,
we're very connected.
Very connected. So it's really easy to travel.
And to go back to the way I was answering it into a little more specific. So, right now, the average income is like $6,000 US dollars a year. And in the States, a lot of times when you hear numbers like that, I think just like, in the States, because the average is like 50 a year, you're just like, oh, that's so poor. It's got to be so hard and so sad or whatever. But it's not. Like, I mean, when you're here, like, most people are very happy, and like, the cost of living is way lower. So everything's just adjusted, and it's more inspiring than sad or anything like that. So
yeah.
It's just really cool. It's just, life is just different in different places. So
yeah,
it's really cool.
And really, everywhere people are so friendly. So if you smile at the world will smile back. And you kind of have to learn what smiling in that country is, because like in Russia, for example, just don't show your teeth and they smile back at you. But yeah, I mean, Ingrid's question, and she asked, before you visit each new country, do you read up on the cultural differences?
This country, what we do is we go on to Google and I search, top things to see in whatever city we're going to. So then Google pulls up a list of the most frequently visited and top rated places in that city. And I'll go ahead and put pins on a Google map of the places that we want to go see based on what the pictures look like and what the titles are. If it sounds interesting, I might look up a little bit about the place, but usually not a whole lot, because we're trying to go in and experience it firsthand without reading too much about something and letting somebody else's opinion kind of shape what our opinion or preconceived ideas are going to be about a place. So we're trying to go in with a blank slate, because there has been like a few times we've gone into somewhere and we've read, okay, all the safety warnings and all these things, and it's some guy that's got to cover all these precautions you got to take or whatever. And you go in like, oh, okay, so people are going to be trying to rob me, like in Paris or whatever. And that's, for the vast majority, that's not the case. Like, yes, be street smart, but at the same time, most people are awesome and they're not out to get you. So
exactly,
we're going in with a very open mind is what we're trying to do.
And you're kind of able to, when you get there, kind of just like mirror and match, like kind of just watch what they're doing. So for example, if you're trying to get someone to come over to you, you don't go like this, you go like this. And then for hitchhiking, you don't go like this, you go like this. And we had to do that for our first hitchhiking experience, coming up in an upcoming vlog. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And then Ingrid continued to ask, what is the strangest and what is the funniest problem that you have encountered due to different customs and cultures?
You first.
Okay, so probably my funniest is actually here in Vietnam. So when we first get to a country, we find someone that can like speak pretty good English, and we ask them how to say two things: hello and thank you. And sure, we could just go on Google and like have them listen to it, but I just like to hear it from a local, and then I try to repeat it back to them and make sure that I'm saying the right thing. So I think that like sometimes the person that you might be asking, they try to give you a little bit of grace, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, you're saying it right, but I wish they would tell me if I'm saying it wrong so I can then say it right. So for example, thank you in Vietnamese is cam ơn, and I thought that was saying cam ơn. And so I said cam ơn, like come on, it's like the animal camel, but with a U. And they're like, yeah. But then I kept saying that to people, and like I just get the strangest look. Like I was like, I don't think I'm saying thank you. Like I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm not saying thank you.
And normally when we put in the effort to try to speak a few words of somebody else's language, a lot of times they'll respond with, "Oh my goodness, like that's so cool. You speak my language."
And
like,
I wasn't getting that response.
They appreciate the effort anyway. And we weren't getting anything. We're like, we saying something wrong? Is it one of those where like the inflection, if you get it wrong, means something totally different?
Right. So then I told this to another tourist, and who was from Canada, and they said that I was saying a curse word, but I don't think I was saying a curse word because I looked up online, and what online said that I was saying the word feel, or like feeling. Like I'm just like saying feeling as I like hand me the food. So yeah, that just didn't make much sense. So come on is I think how you say it, but again, I could totally still be saying it wrong because I actually said it yesterday to somebody, and again, they just kind of stared at me. Maybe they're not used to tourists trying to like say thank you. I don't know.
So I just stick with thank you now.
So now we're just saying thank you in Vietnam.
So for me, one of the strangest things, one of the funniest as well, was back in India. So the cleaning and the bathrooms. So it took a little bit getting used to, but we're used to it now and totally fine with it. But the first time I saw the shower handle like over a sink or in the bathroom with no
shower curtain.
No shower curtain, no divider on the floor, so the water just runs all over the bathroom floor. When I first saw that, it was a little bit of a shock, and I was like, this is crazy. It's just going to get wet all over, and I'm kind of a neat freak. And so it took a little bit getting used to. And then watching the guy clean our room in Jaipur, I think it was. No, it wasn't Jaipur. Wherever it was. Anyway, when the guy was cleaning and, he's cleaning
it was Jaipur.
The toilet and then throws that cleaner thingy in the sink that we use and then wiping the floor, like it wipes over everything. It's just a little bit of a shock, a little bit funny now looking back on it, but just different. And one thing we've really learned on this trip too is things are just done differently. Now the cleaning, I think that should still be changed, but as far as the shower in the bathroom and going all over the floor, we've gotten totally used to that. It dries up really quickly, so that's not a problem
because they're in warmer climates.
It is. Maybe it worked back home too. I don't know, because it is humid here. So, but it's just one of those things. You just respect each culture and just understand going in that it's not necessarily going to be what you're used to, and being okay with that, and not looking at something being like yesterday we heard some Americans referring to it as alien. And I just think that's a little bit disrespectful, and of the culture, and just knowing, hey, things are done differently in different places, and it's not wrong, it's not bad, it's just different, and just being okay with that, going with the flow, and learning some new things. It can be really, really fun. So
yeah, for sure. And strangest for me, it was really odd when we would see people, guys, peeing in public. So, for example, in Europe, in the Netherlands and in Belgium, I know those two places for sure. Maybe other places we went to, but they had like these like peeing stalls, basically like
a urinal
out in the public, and
like right on the side of a church.
Yeah, one was right on the side of a church, and so you're peeing on the church. Like it was just so weird. And then in India, I mean, forget it. You don't even need a urinal. I mean, you just go in a corner of a street and just go there. Or maybe it's not even a corner. Maybe it's just a wall. I mean, it just was a little bit odd for me to see. I think that in the U.S. you would get a ticket for peeing in public.
Just different.
Just different. Just not the way that we are used to things. Okay. And I saw David hopped on here. David, glad you joined us. We already answered your questions, so make sure to watch the beginning of the video. And Andy, going to get to his questions. And by the way, Andy, shout out to you. He's from the UK. He's up at 2 a.m. right now watching our video. And he actually just recently, started watching our videos. And 3 weeks into watching, he commented on one of my videos and like, yep, caught up on all your daily vlogs, which means I was like, that's crazy. But then when I broke it down, it averages about 45 minutes a day, which is like basically watching one Netflix show. Incorporate Hoppe into your daily show life. Like, feel free to add us, and I have a playlist that starts from the beginning, so you can just go boom, 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 boom. I'll link that in the description. All right, so Andy, he has asked, firstly, this is kind of tongue-in-cheek, but also serious, and I've had this question, anyways.
First one's serious.
First one, it's serious, but a little bit tongue-in-cheek. All right, will you/do you regret not seeing many of the world's major sites, artifacts, and works of art because A, you didn't want to spend the money, or B, hadn't done the research, then realize what you were going to see?
So
that's a good question for sure.
Yeah, and
we've been getting that.
It is a very fast-paced trip, so you really have to pick and choose. We're really picking and choosing what we're seeing. So there are some things that aren't as important to us that we're skipping, like museums, just because of time and expense. So those two things, time and expense, for us, we would rather spend the money doing other things, and also the time, just to be able to see other things as well. So, going back to, this isn't just going to be, I don't know if we said that yet or not, but this isn't just going to be like a one-time trip and then we're never going to travel again. We definitely want to keep traveling. So we'll come back to places and we'll spend more time. We'll see things that, we didn't see the first time, like going to some of these museums possibly and different things. But the first time through, we're just going through and getting the highlights, seeing a lot of the outside, because that's more what we enjoy. Lisa especially doesn't like going into museums and spending much time. So
it's not my sense of style or sense of travel.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe in the future when we have kids and make it like an educational experience, maybe, I'll take them through the museum. Lisa will come through a little bit and then kind of enjoy yourself on the side somewhere.
Once I'm in a museum,
I don't know.
Once I'm in a museum, I really do actually enjoy it for about the first 30 to 45 minutes. And then I'm just bored and ready to go on to a new thing. But at that point, though, if I've spent the money to get into the museum, then I feel like I have to read everything and see everything. And it's just, anyways, it's not. So short answer to that question is no. We don't have regrets over what we've seen and not seen.
Yeah, we've seen what we wanted to see.
And if we really want to see something or really want to do something, we do it. And so I think that's our main thing, is that everybody has a different style of travel, and they'll spend money on what is important to them. And so for us, the things that are important for us is trying the different foods and different and also I love we love Disney. And so we're going to go Disney around the world, and people, oh, my earring just fell off. I got to find that later. I'm just missing an earring. So yeah, for us, I know people commented you can't afford this, but you can afford Disney. And so we have just saved up because we enjoy that. So if that makes sense, everybody's going to have their own things that is important to them, and that's what they'll see. And for us, museums aren't that important for us to see. We have seen a couple, walk through things, and it was actually in Australia, which had free museums. Buffering again. Oh my goodness. I really hope that this doesn't go through too crazy. But yeah, for research, as far as research, it just takes a lot of time to research. And so I kind of learning as we go and get to the place, and then kind of be it while we are there. Andy also asked, when you eventually get, or at least for a while, will you be able to break the habit of eating or portioning? So we don't normally eat like this. This is more so because I don't have access to knives in the hotel room, or my food processor, my pressure cooker. I don't have access to these things. So,
but we will still eat like that probably on road trips in the States.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in the States too, it's easier because there's a better selection of.
We have just get it when we're around Aldi and Lidl.
Yeah, that's true. My mom is saying the video is choppy. I'm so sorry, guys. I hope that some of this is coming through.
And so on the food topic, Andy also asked, is Indian food still pennies for a full meal? Yes, it is. India is the cheapest place that we've been, and from other people we've talked to, still the cheapest place in the world that you can go to.
It's amazing.
It really is.
I mean, we would get a full meal for like both of us, maybe including drinks for $2 for both of us. So yeah.
An amazing food.
Amazing food,
like, you're full. So.
And then Andy said he's been in some toilets in France where the women have to walk through the gentlemen to get to the ladies. That goodness.
Haven't experienced that yet.
Andy also asked, do you guys have language problems, or are you still using Google Translate or something similar? A language barrier? Yes. Language problem? No. Because normally with gestures and a little bit of Google Translate, if absolutely necessary, or we just try to find someone else that can help us.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
And then with traveling, so David, I was just saying, when traveling, it's been great seeing places, but the people and food were always what made it. And that's so true. Like, you know, we definitely love trying the different foods. Lisa was saying anything that she would regret, it would be possibly missing a food here and there that we didn't discover. But hey, we'll discover it next time.
Yeah.
And then with people, yes, like interacting with people, whether it's, you know, at the hotels or at the restaurants, at the sites, or, you know, when we get connected with somebody that lives locally in these countries, that definitely is our favorite memories. We get to hang out with those that are from the countries.
Yeah.
Or living in the countries.
For sure.
Have been there for a while. So.
Oh my goodness. We've been able to meet so many amazing people as we've been traveling, and it's been our favorite for sure. Francine L asks, are you surviving Lisa without playing any board games or Dutch Blitz? Francine knows me well. I do love games. And thankfully, when we were in Belgium with her friend Rachel, she had some board games. She even had Dutch Blitz. So I got my fix in there. And then my mom made sure that we had a mini deck of cards. And Peter and I got to play those on a road trip in New Zealand. So I have been playing games sometimes. But yeah, definitely down to game nights with friends when we return. All right, my mom asks, Peter, can you estimate how many photos?
Going through and putting a few on the website. So last night I just finished putting up Ireland. So Ireland pictures are now on the blog archive on happyhoppe.com. So if you want to see those, you can go over there for that.
And what home comfort do you miss the most?
For me, it's the standing desk. I mean, for working, a lot of times there's only one desk and one chair in the room. So I'll usually let Lisa have that because she has her hard drive and mouse. And it's just easier to edit video if you're at a desk. A lot of my stuff with website stuff can be done a little easier without a mouse. So I'll just sit on the bed with my back up against the headboard and feet straight out. So I do miss being able to stand at a desk. So much nicer.
And I miss being able to just kind of like stay put, like, you know, not having to pack and unpack almost every day or every other day. We've actually been at this hotel for, it'll be 6 nights total by the time we leave. So this has been like super nice. And what is the most reliable source of travel advice? Google,
100%. So, I mean, Google's for everything, right? Whenever you have a question, just ask Google.
What is the weirdest thing that you have seen? For me, when we were in Tunisia, I actually saw, well, we saw like lots of cow heads like hanging because they were like cooking up beef. But Peter didn't see this, and I didn't happen to get a video of this, but I saw one of the places, it had a cow's head, and then it had a hook in the cow's nose, and then the camel head was hanging from that. So I guess to represent they had beef and camel meat there. But it was the strangest thing, and like, we were kind of in a part that like I didn't really want to stop and like go back to and take a video, so we just kept driving. But like I kind of wish I would have gotten a video of that. Oh my goodness, it was so strange. I'm like, what? But yeah, I regret not getting video of some moments that we have seen. Also, okay, last question from oh, hang on. Andy asks, are your backpacks any lighter now? I actually don't think so.
No, we've been
collecting like little things here and there.
And we just, when we were here in Vietnam, we found some really cheap shirts. So we replaced a couple of our shirts. So we're really pretty much keeping the same stuff and just swapping out a couple of things. But yeah, it should be about the same.
Yep. And last question, it actually goes into what Miley just asked. Have you gotten sick from any food, drink since traveling? And my mom had also asked, How has different foods in different countries affected your digestive system? I think our bodies are stronger because of everything. If a street food vendor is busy, we go there and we eat their food. And so we've been eating like the locals eat when we've been in Asia, this part of the world. And several health articles, though, like they do say that like when you are at home, you are going to be more regular. Said both, like this is a quote from an article I was reading.
TMI warning.
Yes, TMI. Sorry, if you want to skip over this, you skip over this. Video's almost done anyways. Both constipation and diarrhea can result from not being in the comfort of your own bathroom. All right, so here's some TMI. I have had a little bit of constipation a couple of times, like 2 times, like pretty bad. And Peter, like about 2 times, has had some like more loose
stool.
But as far as like super sick, no, thankfully we've managed to stay pretty healthy. And I think everything that we've had, like it's nothing that like just drinking more water really can't cure. Like water is amazing. Stay hydrated and you will stay healthy. Yeah, hydrate and sleep.
Eat somewhat decent, I guess.
Yeah. So if you're hopping on this video later on, feel free to still leave your questions in the comments, and we will get to them in a different video, or I'll just type back to you. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm so sorry that this was pretty choppy. I hope some of it came through.
Just real quick on the health part, we do take a Pro Bio every once in a while and Pro Tandem. It's one of those things where it's hard to tell, you know, when we're young still, we don't really feel the difference. At least I don't. But, you know, maybe those things are helping us stay healthy too. Yeah. I don't know. It's, you know, I'd rather take it and be good rather than not take it and possibly get sick. So
sometimes if I'm feeling like pretty sick, I still have a couple of those. I take those. You are supposed to take those on a daily basis, and we've just been taking them when we feel like we need them. And those,
or as a precaution when we're going somewhere where we think we might want to have it in our system.
Yep. And those are actually all listed on our gear list. So if you want to check that out, that's in our staying healthy list. Oh, last question, and then we'll be done. Andy just asked, do you have travel insurance?
Yes. So we got that through Allianz. And they're one of the biggest travel insurance providers globally. I think they're based out of Germany, but like most of the time when you book a flight and they offer travel insurance add-on, it's typically provided through Allianz. There's a couple other ones out there, but Allianz is one of the biggest ones. And for us, it was really cheap. It was only like $70, and that covers any emergency medical expenses that we have. And that was for both of us for 1 full year while we're traveling. The reason it was so cheap, though, is because it didn't include covering any of our travel expenses because we hadn't booked a bunch of stuff out. So travel insurance can get expensive if you're insuring all your flights, hotels, and all that kind of stuff and worry about cancellations. We were not, so the only thing is emergency medical coverage. And so it was really, really cheap. But yeah, thankfully have not had to use it yet.
Thankfully know how to use it. All right, thank you for everyone that is joining us. I see more people even popping on now, so you can go watch the replay. And yeah, thanks for coming up with our travels. We have a lot more fun stuff coming your way, so subscribe and turn on that bell.
Thanks.